tips you can share regarding how to influence people? Apart any other ones you can share?
I don't know really. Like I said, I just become the example of, you know, healthy living, fit, athletic and everything. And people just ask me questions, or they know that this is how my lifestyle is, and that if they get information from somewhere else, I will get a question saying, hey, so-and-so told me blah, blah, look, I know that you're plant-based and that you're really fit and all this kind of stuff. Can you give me any tips on, I get it every single day, my inbox, you know? So wow. It's just being that example and constantly putting that out there, that people know that that's who you are, and that when they're ready, they'll come and ask you.
Wow. That's, yeah, I'm so glad you shared that, because that's also what I believe in.
Yep.
And that, like, you're the best example of what you want to share.
That's right.
And
that's
for
right.
me, I've made it a thing that I will not put on makeup when I do my videos.
Yeah. Why? Be natural.
Yeah. So that's just what I've decided, and it actually works, because last weekend I rocked up to a friend's gathering for lunch, and I deliberately rocked up with no makeup.
Yeah.
And I think it was my brother who was like, "You're glowing," and just because of that, got everyone interested in what my life is like now.
Yeah.
And then that led on
it's amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
And that led on to them now wanting, we're going to have in 2 weeks' time a cooking party where I'm going to cook plant-based meals for them.
Wow.
So they're going to try it out for the first time.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear how that went. That's awesome.
I mean, because I only started cooking like you. I've also started experimenting with plant-based foods.
You do, don't you? I
started on this journey.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people that when they've turned plant-based, they've all instantly fell in love with cooking, because they're having to create things out of, because, you know, a block of tofu is boring. So let's Google a recipe to see how I can make that delicious. And all of a sudden they're loving preparing their own meals, because now they're in this new lifestyle. They want to know what goes in their food. So what better way than to go somewhere that's fully vegan, or create something yourself knowing what's inside the recipe. So yeah, a lot of friends have fallen in love with cooking, and before they wouldn't even know how to cook a piece of toast.
Yeah, I mean, I started baking for the first time because of this journey, because I couldn't trust any of those sweet products out there.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah. What's your favorite thing to bake?
My favorite one is hazelnut chocolate chip cookies.
Ooh, you got to send me some to Melbourne.
And it's like whole food plant-based, so it's like super healthy and yummy.
So good. Yum.
Yeah.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah. While we're on this subject though, can you share how since you went on this journey, how did you end up being a vegan chef?
Okay, so at the time when I decided to come back to Australia, I was living in Germany. I was traveling, so I traveled for 2.5, 3 years, and I was working as a bartender, and I just felt that I was existing on the planet, but I wasn't doing much more than that. Do you know what I mean? So I wanted to come home because I felt like I had a greater purpose on this earth rather than just existing. I wanted to give back. I wanted to educate people and share my passion for what I had found. So I guess that's how it all really started. And like I said, back 5.5 years ago, there wasn't much around. So I was already creating my own things because I didn't have really a big choice. So yeah, I came back and I started juice, like a cold pressed juice kind of little company to friends and family, friends and friends of friends. And then that escalated to a meal plan sort of little company that we did. And then found out that was just too much work for just me. And if I wanted to take the next step, I would have to like really invest in like going to get a big kitchen or that kind of stuff. I was a festival junkie, so I loved festivals because it's such a great vibe there. Everyone's happy, everyone's there to have fun. They're all there, you know, there's carefree and it's just like a great atmosphere. But every time I went, I could never really find great plant-based options. So I was like, cool, let's do a food truck. So did a food truck and did music festivals, weddings, markets, events, catering. It was a real like cool rustic trailer that looked like, you know, like it was from the woods with, you know, steel and wood and a veranda and trees, all that kind of stuff. And we did that as 100% raw for 2 weeks. And then we were like, well, yeah, raw is maybe a bit too far for the people. So we brought it back to like, because I was still raw at the time. So we brought it back to like just vegan kind of like street food. So burritos, burgers, you know, the things that people would eat and would recognize that they were vegan after. So created recipes, burger patty recipes, and we were doing smoothies. So we did that for like 1.5 years, my mum and I. And then we got to the point where we wanted to like have bricks and mortar. So like a single location, because the constant feedback that we were getting was, great, I love your stuff so much, but I can't keep following you around because you're here, you're there, you know, because you would drive 3.5 hours, 2 hours to a music festival out in the bush, or you go to an event that's on the other side of town. We were always moving around, which is what I liked. It was fun. It was different people all the time, different venues, but I could never get like consistent feedback because there's always different people trying the food. So the answer was, let's like have one spot. So we were going to park the truck inside. We already had it set up, a big warehouse, so that we could still go to events as well. That fell through just for other reasons, landlord reasons. And then we tried to find another venue, but it was hard because the truck was so tall. To find a door for it to get in was like limiting our options. So we decided to sell the truck, just the truck on its own, not the business. Someone bought it. And then we looked at starting to buy cafes. So we were looking at different types of cafes. And then it was just clicked to us that we were going to be paying the owner for the cafe, but then we were going to be changing everything anyway, the whole inside. Like we weren't buying any goodwill because we didn't want it. Do you know what I mean? We wanted to create our own thing. So we thought, okay, we're going to be spending X amount on buying the business plus renovating plus, you know, building everything else. Why not just get an empty shell and start from scratch? So that's what we did. We started from scratch, and throughout a lot of our trips to Asia, we were very Asian inspired in terms of like Indonesian, Bali. So inside our cafe, you'd see there's, you know, shuttered doors around the whole cafe. There's a thatched hay roof in there. Like it's very homely, very Bali. And we wanted to create a vibe that was very different to modern contemporary cafes in Melbourne or Australia, which were pretty clinical with tables, chairs, white walls. We wanted to create a home, an escape for people, you know, so that's what we did. And yeah, we've been doing that for two and a bit years now. We're still there during all of this stuff. It's just remaining takeaway. Just the restrictions are a little bit difficult, but we started another business where we do home meals now too, which we deliver. And yeah, that's where we are today, 2020, what the journey has been like. And it's not going to stop. We've got other things in the works, you know, to do something much larger, on a much larger scale that will be easily franchisable and more essential, and where people like us wouldn't have to read labels, you know?
Yeah, that would be so convenient.
Convenient, yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that journey. And it all started with because you just wanted to contribute something to the world.
That's right, yeah. I could have kept traveling, but I just didn't want to just exist, you know? I felt like I wanted to give back.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. Yeah. And what are you most proud of since you started opening your vegan shack?
I'm just really proud. I mean, we started, say, as a sandwich shop. I'm just, you know what? I'm actually proud of what that place has become to people. It has become a place that, you know, that people want to be at. They want to be there because it's relaxed. We pass no judgment. You can be whoever you want to be in there. You know, we're a family in there. So we treat everybody like family, which is very different from a lot of places that I go to where you're just another order. Do you know what I mean? That's the vibe we created in there. And I think that's why people love coming there. We spend time, we talk to people, you know, we get to know people, we become friends with people. We've just created such a vibe that people don't want to leave. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I'd be most proud of. Just what my mum and I have created in there, as well as the food that I come up with.
Yeah, give us some examples
of the food.
Yeah, which one's your signature one that you love the best?
So believe it or not, we actually started out as just a sandwich shop. We had about 10 or 12 sandwiches, and we were doing just sandwiches. We were going to be Monday to Friday for the business trade. But that changed pretty much within the first 2 weeks, where because people didn't want to leave, we had to get tables and chairs. People just wanted to hang out, right? So we quickly became a cafe rather than just a takeaway place. And so I had to create things that were more presentable and cafe style, like your big breakfast, which was one of our signatures when we were doing dine-in, you know, with the tofu scramble, the bacon, the sausage, the avocado, the hash browns, everything on the plate, to your things like your pancakes and salads. Just had to quickly divert, and it was great because it allowed me to put my passion on a plate and just style things and put my heart out. And my, you know, the way I have my creativity is I put it out on a plate. You know, everybody has their avenue, whether it's, you know, drawing or, you know, computer nerd or whatever it is, technician. Mine is creating things on a plate that tell a story, that the vegetables come to life. Do you know what I mean? Hence our slogan, plants have attitude, plants with attitude. It's not just like boring cauliflower and stuff. We give it some sexy bang.
I love that. Wow, now you're making me to want to fly to Melbourne and check out your cafe.
Come on, the flights are like $19.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. There's a special.
Wow. And do you want to share a bit more about what's going on with your business, with all what's happening now, especially?
Yeah, I guess we're doing okay considering the circumstances. So we've shortened our hours, which means I can have like a morning now, whereas before I would get up at 4 a.m. I would go to the cafe, I would do some baking, and then I would go to the gym, and then I would come back to work ready to open. Pretty much the cafe was my life, but I was able to have 2 days or 1.5 or 2.5 days off a week because we were increasing 20% every month. So the business was going quite well. But now I'm having to be there 6 days, but with shorter hours. So just like we're doing just lunch kind of hours instead of morning, because all of the businesses around us are now working from home. So there's no point us being open in the morning, but which it's okay because now it allows me to go on that 3-hour bike ride or, you know, do something for myself or plan our next thing rather than having to just constantly play catch ups. And, you know, it's allowed my creativity to reignite and it's allowed a lot of things. That's also come with, you know, maybe, you know, less revenue, but there's less cost. And now it's a different way of life now, do you know? So, yeah, I mean, we're doing okay considering.
Wow. Yeah. And it's really impressive, like, because you have so much going on. How do you manage your time and your energy with everything that you're doing?
Like I said before, exercise, whether it's meditation or, you know, getting out there, you know, doing something is a negotiable. Oh my God.
Sorry, I shouldn't have laughed. Non-negotiable, yeah.
It's a non-negotiable, right? It's a non-negotiable for me. Whether it's, you know, doing stretching or whatever it is, it's non-negotiable. I will do something. That's just how I've always been as a kid, very determined. So yeah, I always do something every single day, no matter what, because I know it's going to make me feel good.
Do you
always
have
looking after myself.
Yeah. Do you have moments of when you're lazy though? And when you are, what do you do?
Yeah, I do definitely have moments, especially when I know I've got to do a session after work. Sometimes I don't really feel like doing it, but once I'm like warmed up and 10 minutes into it and then I've finished the session, I'm glad that I've actually done it. Also very happy that I have something that I'm actually training for as well, especially during these COVID times. I'm glad I had endurance by my side to train for the Ironman, because it's a way that I could just switch off, and it's my form of meditation. So yeah, I'm thankful for that, and thankful for my coach for the program that he gives me.
Wow. And as a chef, do you have any recommendations of like any cheat meals that people can whip up in 1 minute or 2 minutes when they feel like something healthy, but they're lazy?
A cheat meal. I've got like quick recipes for, if you use a microwave, which I don't promote because I try not to, just because of the radiation and just anyway. But I've got quick meals that you can put in there, like quick little mug cakes, or you can quickly put one on the stove, just mixing together a few ingredients, or quick muffins, or like a healthy but unhealthy, that tastes unhealthy smoothie kind of thing. Chuck things in a blender that are all natural. Say like a smoothie that's got like berries, cashews, oats, and a date. It tastes incredibly dirty and naughty, but it's actually amazing because you've got the sweetness and the creaminess from the cashews. You've got that caramel vibe from the date, and then you've got this like protein and underlying thickness from the oats. So kind of, tastes.
Oh, wow. Well, okay. I have to get that one right. Berries,
oats, dates, cashews, and a little bit of banana.
And do you add water into it, or like?
Yeah, just water.
And are the oats like rolled oats, or you have to pre-soak them or anything?
Rolled oats, yeah. Just you can just throw in rolled oats.
That sounds really good. Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, okay. And wow, time is flying. So it is. And so the goal for the HealthFormers podcast is we would like to influence and impact as many people as we can to become healthy, to unleash the most healthiest version of themselves. And if they're looking for that community, that bond, that's what we're here for. So do you have any health heroes that you may know of that you can help invite as a guest on the podcast so they can come on and share their journey?
I have a couple. Let me think and message them and see if they would be interested. But yeah, I've been thinking of a few since we started this podcast. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, so if you've enjoyed listening to today's video and you've been inspired by what Jansen shared, please remember to share the love, share this with your friends and family. And if they're looking for any like quick and cheap meal as well, here, come and listen to this. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And for you, Jansen, we have a special sign-off slogan for the guest. And that is, you need to say, live healthy, live happy, ha, 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 ha. Laugh it in your own style.
All right. Live healthy, live happy, ha, ha, ha.
Live healthy, live happy, woohoo! Woohoo! Thank you, Jansen.
Thank you. You have a good night.
You too.
All right.
You.
Bye.
Bye. Hello? Yes. Okay. And everybody's kung fu fighting. Yeah, yeah. Everybody's kung fu fighting. Hi-ya, hi-ya. Oh, 来了。Hello. Hi, Jansen.
What's happening? Hello.
Hello. Do you
Yep.
deliver to Sydney?
I wish. I wish it was possible.
I wish. I actually tested out your website to
Oh, did you? Out of range.
Yeah.
Negotiable. Oh God.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ask me nicely, I can edit that part out if you want to.
Nah, that's fine. That's fine. Leave it
Leave
in
it there. I think I like it. Yeah. Wow. We're done.
Woo! We did it.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. Like, I really like your style about how you're not too pushy. It's just letting people take their own pace and you don't judge them, because that's exactly the feedback I've been getting as well. That's what people are looking for.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it just doesn't put people in the right. That they'll never listen to you if you're going to be pushing your views on them. And like I said before, everyone's here to be happy. So why try and destroy their little happiness? If they think they're doing the right thing, then cool, let them be. Just be that example, so that when they're ready, they will come and ask you.
So I'm actually now in the process of like creating a business, which is going to be a mix of like online course to teach people the yin and yang of health.
Cool. That's awesome.
Like it's for people who, like I was last year, I was health conscious, but I didn't know what to start and where to start.
Yep.
So I'm providing a platform to teach people health. And there will be like, so it'll be like, you know, the basics about nutrition, the facts, and then we'll also combine it with like simple cooking courses, recipes, and also combine it with like, you need to take care of your physiology as well, your meditation, yoga, and all that stuff.
So let me know when you launch it. That sounds exciting.
I'm in the process of building it now, and I'm going to be launching a beta class first.
Cool.
And then, oh, you want to join, really? But you're an expert already.
I'd just be interested to see the content.
I'm excited to see what you do with your business as well.
Thanks. Yeah, it's an exciting time. I think this COVID has actually been a good conscious awakening for a lot of people to live simpler lives and not be that rat on the wheel. Crazy.
And like with all what you're doing, are you coming up with things like recipe books and things like that?
Yeah, so I've had a book that I've written. Just needing to get in touch with a publisher at the moment who's actually interested, and just engaging more on social media.
So great to meet you.
You too. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Yeah, and when I go to Melbourne, I'll definitely pop in to say hi.
You better. I know you will.
I will, of course.
I'll have that berry oat cashew smoothie ready for you.
I think I got all the ingredients to make it, actually.
Do it.
I might have that for dinner as a dessert or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Jansen.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You have a good evening. Have a good week.
Have a good evening. You too.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.